hold on. Let me tell Lennon I'm working on it.
We've been to Stuttgart 3 times this year already. Very talented.
Arkansas. Golden Hurricane football is on the air this week. It's the third game of the season in conference play as the Hurricane on the road taking on the Pine Bluff Zebras. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bud Schropel. Our producer-engineer tonight back in the studios of The Ticket, Mr. Lennon Smith. Yeah, week 6 of the season, week 3 of conference season. We're in the second half of the 2021 football campaign. Jonesboro comes in tonight with a record of 3-2, 2-0 in conference play. They've won 2 in a row. They won their opener against Catholic, lost the next 2 weeks to Cabot and Conway, back on the winning track and doing it very impressively in the first 2 ball games. Tonight, a different kind of test. You're in a very difficult place to play. Jonesboro's only won 1 time here in the history of the meetings between these 2 schools. They'll try to pick up their 4th win in a row. They are tied in the series at 4-4. The coaches tonight for the Zebras, Rod Stinson, in his 3rd season at Pine Bluff, 9-15 overall. They are 1-3 on the year. They've lost 3 in a row. They won their opener against Watson Chapel, and they had a game COVIDed out when they were scheduled to play their crosstown rival, Pine Bluff Dollar Way. 2020 record for the Zebras, 4-4, 3-2 in conference play. They lost in the first round to Mountain Home. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to break away for about 3 minutes. We'll come back and tell you more about the coaches and then get to the coaches interview, the Alexander's Machine Shop coaches interview. They're getting ready to do the national anthem here, so we'll break away from the First National Bank pregame show. You're listening to Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Don't have the digital capabilities you need. But why not have the best of both worlds? At First National Bank, we have all the online banking tools you could ever need. Plus, if you need something, we have real people in real places near you. Digital, with branches and real people. We know you can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. Check it, snap it, track it, pay it, move it, and ask it anywhere. First National Bank, putting you first, always.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Last year we were duck hunting in a pit. If you've ever hunted a duck pit, you know someone's responsible for pulling the top back before you shoot. A duck came over. We said, Danny, a good friend of mine, shoot that duck. Whoever's responsible for pulling the cover back didn't pull it back far enough. Danny hit his head hard. You don't get much sympathy duck hunting. After a long silence, Kelly said, Danny, did you bend that steel top? There were several comments later. Glenn sang, and God bless our troops.
Guys, if you haven't made it into Orville's men's store, then you're missing out. They're the only store in town to exclusively carry brands like Barber, Duckhead, Strong Suit, Tommy Bahama, and Vineyard Vines. Orville's has everything a guy needs, from daily workwear to a big night out on the town. Orville's will have you looking more stylish and feeling more confident than ever before. So make your way to Orville's men's store at 2612 East Nettleton next to Steamroller Blues in Jonesboro and show off your stash. Shop online at orvillesms.com.
It's football time at Wings to Go. That means all the TVs watching the games, all the wings will be hot and flavorful, all the food will be good. It is time to come to Wings to Go. We've weathered the storm. It's almost over. Things are getting better, and we can't wait to see you at Wings to Go. Sports, wings, football, life is great at Wings to Go, both locations.
See Placid Tire Service for the right tire at the right price right now. Placid Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price. While others are searching for tires to order, we'll get you fixed up with a great set of tires and back on the road in no time with our 4 tires, 1 hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on your budget with our Placid Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. For the right tire at the right price right now, the choice is easy. That's Placid Tire Service.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here. Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Trust your heart to better care at NEA Baptist. Better access means communication with your award-winning cardiac team anytime, anywhere with the MyChart app. Better technology means leading the state with new treatments and interventions right here in Jonesboro. Better is an integrated team of experts at your service when seconds matter. Your heart matters. Find it at NEA Baptist.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Welcome back to our NEA Baptist broadcast position at Jordan Stadium, the home of the Zebras here in Pine Bluff, as the First National Bank pregame show continues. Tell you more about our coaches. Rod Stinson in his third year, so I told you 9-15 overall, 4-4 last year, 3-2 in conference play, lost in the first round right here at Jordan Stadium to Mountain Home, 24-20. There are 23 state championships in the trophy cases here at Pine Bluff, going all the way back to 1935, 3 in the 30s, 1 in the 40s, 1 in the 50s, 2 in the 60s, 1 in the 70s, took the 80s off, and had 2 more in the 90s, actually 4 more in the 90s, 90, 93, 94, 95, and then a 19-year break before the next state championship in 2014, back-to-back in 14 and 15. 24 conference championships. The last outright was in 2017. They lost to Jonesboro last year by 1 back at Cooksey Johns, 34-33. Jonesboro, 3-2, 2-0 in conference play, wins over El Dorado and Sheridan. Under Randy Coleman in his 15th season as a head coach, 116-62, 14th year at Jonesboro High School, 106-51, coming off a 6-4 record last year, 5-1 in conference play. However, lost in the first round of the playoffs to Van Buren, 37-14. 3 state championships in the trophy cases at Don Riggs Hurricane Gymnasium, 79, 72, 62. 14 conference championships. The last outright was in 1980. This series is tied at 4 games apiece. We visited with Randy Coleman, and that Alexander's Machine Shop Coaches interview is coming your way as the First National Bank pregame show continues as you're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
For me, rice farming isn't a profession. It's been my life for more than 30 years. And as owner of Delaplane Seed, I've been the region's Rice Tech leader. Every planting season, I'm in the fields right along with you, and we're figuring out how to make sure bushels mean dollars together. From selecting your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery and one-on-one consultation, I'd like to help your rice fields see more profit this season. I'm Terry Gray at Delaplane Seed. Call me today at 870-249-3447. Let's talk about your best rice options.
What does better mean to you? Maybe it's better services, better support, better ways to build a life or buy a home or run a business. First Security is your partner for it all, with resources and solutions that make a difference for you and others. That's because First Security takes care of customers while building communities. Better for you, better for Arkansas, better for all. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention, members and guests.
Get lost at Lost Pizza. See why people continue to flock to Northeast Arkansas's coolest and funkiest place to eat. Try one of Lost Pizza's 10 signature pizzas or create your own. Plus, salads, subs, and pastas. And of course, those famous Delta hot tamales. Lost Pizza offers curbside pickup, dine-in, or delivery, and they also do catering. Lost Pizza with 2 locations in Jonesboro, 906 Southwest Drive, and on Hilltop at 3410 East Johnson. Order at lostpizza.com or download and order through the Lost Pizza app.
Hey, it's Brad Bobo, and as the sideline reporter for Red Wolves football, I've had the chance to see firsthand the great work done by the physicians at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. JOSM doctors have served the athletes at A-State for more than 40 years. Plus, on any Friday night, you can see their physicians on the sidelines at high school games around the area. Whether you're just starting your athletic career or if you're, well past your playing days, JOSM can get you back in the game. To schedule an appointment, call 870-932-1820. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in their field so you can excel on yours.
Welcome back to the First National Bank pregame show from our NEA Baptist broadcast position here in Pine Bluff. Ready for the Alexander's Machine Shop Coach's interview with Randy Coleman. Boy, that's a lot to get out, Coach. I can't even believe I remember all that stuff.
That's a lot.
For a 64-year-old guy, it taxed me every time.
And I think that you probably say it enough that you think you should just be able to spit it out, but that's a mouthful.
Hey, remembering my name is always a challenge for me. Coach, last week, a homecoming that really didn't feel like a homecoming. The weather was problematic to start the game. You didn't get all the festivities in that you wanted to get in. It was just a different kind of night.
Yeah, I tell you what's crazy when you look back at last week, just the delay. But, I was thinking about, our band hasn't been able to perform at halftime all year, and we're in week 6. And so it's, I hate it for them more than anybody, but, it turned out to be a good night just because the kind of rain, the heavy rain anyway, stayed out. And so, we got a win and got the game in and got to play a lot of people. So, all in all, and we stayed, no new injuries and all that. So, it was a good night.
About as workman-like as I've seen Jonesboro play in quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, Riker did a good job of spreading the ball around. Offensively, you had good nights from Brock went for over 100 yards. Riker was really efficient. KP had 4 receptions. I think Ruffin had 3 and 2 touchdowns. Jesse had 5 receptions. It was just one of those games where, the ball got spread around. And then defensively, JP really sparked us with the pick 6 after we kind of stalled on the opening drive. And then, Andre Reid continues to play phenomenal football. And I thought all the linebackers, Jackson Lehman, Will Thayer, Carter Reese Long all played really well. So it was one of those good, if it was the classic old homecoming night where, you had all the reunions going on and the dance afterwards, it would have been a really good night. Unfortunately, we're still kind of in the strange times that we're in. So
2 things I want to bring up about last Friday night and the ball game. JP almost had 2 pick sixes in the game. Tell him to watch the ball into his hands before he looks for the goal line.
Yeah, he really could have had 4 interceptions on the night and 2 pick sixes. Yeah, but unfortunately on the one that should have been the second pick 6 is when we roughed the quarterback. So, it would have came back anyway. So, but yeah, he.
Secondly, when you talk about homecoming, there's not a lot of history of football between Jonesboro and Sheridan, and that kind of takes a little bit away from it too.
Yeah, you always just try to, pick a game that is kind of temperate, because the young ladies and everybody are gonna get dressed up, and you don't want it to be cold, you don't want it to be too hot. So you look for that game right in the middle. I guess we could have waited for the West Memphis game, which we did a couple of years ago. But you never know. Mid October if it's gonna get chilly. So all in all, everybody had a good time and we got a win. So.
Going to Pine Bluff, Coach, and first thing I want to talk about is your receivers. You are extremely deep at receiver.
Yep.
And especially when the Luttrell comes back and you say there's a good chance he may be in uniform tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. Hopefully, we'll see what the doctor says and how he feels during warm-ups and all that. So, that's a good possibility. But, we know what KP and Jesse can do. Drake is about as solid as they come. Really, last week against Sheridan had the big 4th down conversion on the tip pass that was huge. He's a solid player. Ruffin really, Tyron Ruffin's really like another receiver. And we've got 2 other tight ends that we really like. Stephen Jones kind of comes in as that blocking tight end. But I'll tell you, Averion Sanders is a name that, could make a difference, coming up. He's played really well in JV games. really coming on at the tight end position. So he's somebody that could add a little bit down the line too.
Midway part of the season, you're seeing some depth issues that are being addressed and being taken care of.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Gabby came in and played really well last week. Anytime you start 3 sophomores on the line, you expect to have issues. But Cole Abernathy and Rashid Staten are getting better each week. Mark came in and played well. I think it says a lot about what O. Wilson and Zach Oliver mean to the offensive line, especially O with just his communication skills up front. And I think a lot of it goes back to the quarterback as well. And Riker's done such a good job of he checked. I don't know if you noticed, but he checked the play last week where he threw a touchdown pass to Ruffin. So we've never really in the past given quarterbacks the ability to check, but we've given Riker the ability to see some things and make an audible call. And when you make a check and it turns into a touchdown, you're doing something right.
That says a lot for your confidence in him.
Oh, I got extreme confidence in Riker. He's a special player.
All right. You looked at me halfway crazy when I told you what the spread was for tonight.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Pine Bluff, if you look at them on film, they're huge. They're massive everywhere. We beat them 34-33 last year, and I think all of their playmakers are back except for one defensive tackle who was really, really good last year. And the schedule they've played, they played. They lost to El Dorado. We know how good they are. They lost to Parkview. They're a top 10 team in the state in any classification. And then they lost 35-30 to Sylvan Hills, who's the defending conference champion. The other game they won. So I don't get it. But you talk about trap games. This is one of those that is a trap game because everybody's looking at numbers and all that stuff and thinking we should win. But we're the underdogs because we're on the road and they're a confident team, even though they've got a 1-3 record.
You beat them 3 years in a row. You won for the first time in school history here 2 years ago, but it's still the edge is for Pine Bluff in this series.
I mean, there is something to be said about tradition, and they've got it, and we're working on building it. But you've got to overcome a lot of things, when you're on the road against a traditionally good school, and not just the good players that they have, but it tends to be we're gonna get teams' best shot. It tends to be that teams don't really they don't implode against us. Teams don't turn the ball over a lot against us, and then you've got to battle the travel, the kind of Pine Bluff has the group in the bleachers that sits behind the home bench and kind of razzes you throughout. So you got that. There's just so many things you got to overcome when you're on the road against a traditionally good football team.
We're at the halfway point of the season, moving into the second half. Of the season tonight. Evaluate your team offensively and defensively to this point.
I think we've improved every week offensively. We're to a point where we have 9 team goals each week. Last week was the first time ever that we've got all 9 of them in one game. Because one of them is that we score on 67% of our drives. And, typically you have 10 plus drives, so you do the math. If you're scoring, on 7 out of 10 drives, that's really, really almost perfect football. Well, last week we scored on 6 of 8 drives. The only ones we didn't score were, the first drive of the game and the last drive of the game. So we rattled off 6 in a row. Defensively, I really am impressed with how our defensive line has played and how many players we can rotate and keep the consistency up. I really like how well Andre Reid. I think Andre Reid has been a dominant player this year, and we know how good JP is. And then I really like what Eric Wilson and Brett Long have done at the corner position, and they're going to be tested tonight. So I mean, all in all, I think there's room to improve, but I think we're on the steady climb up.
When we talk about Randy Coleman's keys to victory tonight, I'm sure one of them is what you mentioned earlier. Just make sure you take this football game as a serious football game.
Yeah. And you can preach to the kids all you want till you're blue in the face, but they have to believe it. So we always talk about how the first quarter is going to be huge because the first quarter usually kind of dictates the game climate, and I think that Pine Bluff is one of those scary teams that if they feel like in the first quarter they can win a football game, they're going to be a tough out. So the first quarter, especially on the road, we've got to come out and play well early, and just know that our kids are locked in and mentally focused. So it's never going to be perfect, but I think we if we get started in the right way, it'll be good for the rest of the night.
Thanks for the visit.
Thank you, bud.
Randy Coleman in the Alexander's Machine Shop coaches interview. Back with more in the First National Bank pregame show. The starters for both Pine Bluff and Jonesboro. You're listening to Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding, they come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Back here in the press box on our NEA Baptist broadcast position, let's give you the starters for Pine Bluff. Fred Giles, Xavier McCray. Excuse me, that's Jonesboro. I thought those names sounded really familiar. Charleston Collins, Marquise Stone, Kevon Price, and Zacchaeus Benton up front for Pine Bluff. Devin Johnson, Jarrell Grant, Jalen Reynolds. The linebackers, Cedric Qualls and Melvin Paul, the corners, Tyree Campbell, and Braylon Hopkins, the safeties for Pine Bluff. McKaylin Goodwin, Kyler Poole, Keaton Daniel, Jordan Fields, and Weston Ashley up front for Pine Bluff offensively. The quarterback is Will Howe, Xavion Barnett, the running back, Charleston Collins, the fullback. The receivers, Courtney Crutchfield, Lamont Wiley, and Blair Hedgewood. About ready to get this thing started. Let's quickly go over the Jonesboro starting lineup defensively in their 4-3. Fred Giles, Xavier McCray, Elijah Faulkner, and Jamarion Thomas up front. Carter Reese Long, Jackson Lehman, and Andre Reid, the linebackers. Brett Long and Eric Wilson with 3 interceptions on the season, one last week, one tackle for loss last week in the victory over Sheridan. The corners, Jack Cheatham and John Paul Pickens, who had a pick 6 in last week's contest, are the safeties. Up front for Jonesboro, Mark Gabby, the sophomore at center. Out at tackles, sophomores Rasheed Staten and Cole Abernathy. Inside, Amarion Wilson, one of the captains, and Zach Oliver at guards. They're seniors for Jonesboro. The receiving corps is as good as you're going to find anywhere in the state. Kevon Pointer, Jesse Washington, Drake Taylor, and Ty Ruffin. The running back, Brock McCoy, coming off a 100-yard game last week, his first of the year and 1 touchdown. Riker Ashbo, right at 67% on the year, has thrown for almost 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 4 picks, 1 fumble this season for Jonesboro. And there's your starters for tonight's game. We'll take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, the kick of the Zebras and the Hurricanes. You're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
Get
huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make, every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to CavanaughCars.com.
Welcome back to Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Getting ready to start this week's game in the 6A East between the Zebras and the Hurricane. Randy Coleman getting off by himself, walking down the sidelines towards the chain gang. It's what he does every week, getting ready for the ball game, getting his final thoughts together, saying a silent prayer, getting ready to coach his Hurricane for one more week. And the Hurricane collected down to our right. We're on the visitors' side in the press box here at Jordan Stadium as the Hurricane make their way to the sidelines in their all white, black helmets, numerals and letters in gold trimmed in black. The Zebras off to our left there in all maroon with white numerals and maroon helmets. Before we get this thing started, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jonesboro High School Athletics on the EAB Sports Network.
You're listening to the Jonesboro Hurricanes on KNEA AM 970 Jonesboro and 95.3 and 96.9 The Ticket.
Bud Schropel back here in Pine Bluff. Lennon Smith back in the studios of The Ticket, ready to get week 6 of this season underway. The Hurricane will be kicking. They won the toss, deferred to the second half. Tennyson Roscoe, excellent this year on kickoffs. Got a couple into the end zone, hangs them high, and good coverage by the Hurricane, knock on wood, on special teams. This Pine Bluff football team just not performing like they have in the past, but you know they're still Pine Bluff, and you know there are possibilities of anything happening. So the experts said this was going to be an easy win for Jonesboro. I ain't buying it until I see it. And that concludes our First National Bank pregame show. We'll get with the play-by-play here as the Zebras hit the field. Don't forget, you can watch this on YouTube at JHS The Warning. Tennyson Roscoe ready to tee it and let her fly. Braylon Hopkins, Xavion Barnett. Barnett, the deepest back, as Roscoe will kick it to the 2-yard line. Gets it out near the 20, and he's going to be gang tackled there, and that's where Pine Bluff, just shy of the 20-yard line, will start first and 10. Give the tackle. First to hit him was number 6 for Jonesboro. That's Jarrell Grant on special teams. Here come the Zebras and their quarterback, Will Howell, with a running back and a fullback. They'll go no huddle. They'll operate from the shotgun. There will be 2 in the backfield. They'll flank either shoulder of Will Howell, a 6'2", 215-pound junior. And there's movement on the line, pointed out by the Hurricane defense. That'll cost Pine Bluff 5 yards right out of the gate. First and 15 now. This Hurricane football team in good position for a Week 9 showdown with Sylvan Hills for the conference championship possibly on the line. You just don't want to stub your toes before then. So first and 15 now for the Zebras. Is Hal in the shotgun. Gets the snap, hands it off to number 9. That's Xavier Barnett. Doesn't get much, if anything. Good defense for Jonesboro out on that right side. First one to hit him was Elijah Faulkner. Loss of 1, second and 16 for the Zebras. In the shotgun. Going to hand it off this time to the other back who moves his way forward and got some positive yardage. Got back the penalty yardage plus some. And that was number 7 making the run. That's Tyria Campbell. 3rd down. And we'll call it a long 6. Howell again in the shotgun. 4-man front for Jonesboro. Playing man-to-man. Well, they're taking a long time. Howell, quick pass out, completes to number 12. No, he missed it, dropped it. Hit by Brett Long. And that will cause a punting situation for the Zebras. Brett Long just lodged that away from his number counterpart, Braylon Hopkins, for Pine Bluff, 12 on 12. Will Howell is the punter. Always a danger when your quarterback is your punter. Just not guaranteed every time to punt that football. One player deep for Jonesboro. Now the punt team will come out, and Jesse Washington will join John Paul Pickens deep for the Hurricane. Will Howell drops back deep, looking to punt, almost guaranteed. Kick from his 23-yard line. Wobbly spiral, fielded by Washington, fumbled on his knee. I'm surprised they didn't down him there, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Fielded it at the 43. I think they're going to spot him at the 42. And really, maybe they did. Maybe they just didn't call it, because he lost a couple of yards on the return, but they're going to spot it where he fielded the football on his knee, and that should have been automatically down. They could have saved Jesse a little pain had they just blown the whistle. Here they come, 1st and 10, Riker Ashbo, quarterback for the Hurricane, having an outstanding senior season. 1,192 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Also a very adequate runner when he has to. Split 3 receivers out to the wide right side. Short left is Kevon Pointer. Brock McCoy coming off a 100-yard game in the backfield. Ashbo going to throw, looking for Pointer, throws it underneath, and it's almost picked off. Boy, that was read very well by Tyria Campbell, a two-way player for the Zebras. And I mean, he was just, Pointer became a defender, kind of knocked the ball away from Campbell. 2nd and 10. Now 2 receivers on either side for Jonesboro. Left side is towards the boundary. Ashbo, quick pass out, complete to Drake Taylor, and he'll take it up the right seam to the 48-yard line. That's going to be a 5-yard gain, bring up 3rd and 5, number 57 on the tackle for Pine Bluff. That's Marquise Stone. Quickly to the line of scrimmage from the right hash is Ashbo, looking right, throwing right, completes it to Ty Ruffin, who takes a step out of bounds. He's going to get the first down by 2. Move those chains from the 46-yard line. First down, Jonesboro. Ty Ruffin with a great catch over there and got a couple of yards, tiptoeing the sideline. Here's Ashbo quickly. Jonesboro in hurry up. 2 to either side. Ashbo flushed out of the pocket, rolling towards the Zebra sideline. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Probably going to get a first down. It depends on where they mark it. Looked like he went out of bounds. He's going to be a yard shy. They're going to spot him at the 38-yard line. Need to get to the 36. 2nd and 2 for Jonesboro. Quickly to the line from the right hash. Single right, twins left. Going to get it to McCoy for his first run of the year. Looking for a little hole. Stretched out by Pine Bluff down the line and may have gotten a yard. Going to be a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Jonesboro. A herd of Zebras over there on the tackle. Quickly. Ashbo's going to keep it. Nowhere to go. He gets held behind the line of scrimmage. Now dives forward across the 35 to the 33 for the first down. They had him back in the backfield, and he just wiggled free and got the first down. Good move by Riker Ashbo. First down, Jonesboro at the Zebra 33-yard line. Ashbo again quickly. Looking deep. Throwing underneath and bounces it in, incomplete. Pine Bluff said they intercepted it, but said it hit the turf, trying to get it to Drake Taylor. Be 2nd and 10. Two receivers to the left, one out to the right side. Latrell Brown on the sideline, jumping up down to come in. Ashbo gives it to McCoy, and he's going to maybe get 1 hard yard on the right side, not a whole lot more. It's going to be 3rd and long for the first time tonight for Jonesboro. In there for the tackle was Charleston Collins, another two-way player, big 6'4" sophomore defensive end for the Zebras. Ashbo to the line just inside the right hash. 4 receivers set, twins to either side. McCoy in the backfield with Ashbo. Throws it downfield, completes it, and a first down for the Hurricane. Drake Taylor again with his second catch of the night. First down, Jonesboro, move the chains from the 22-yard line, this time from the left hash with twins to either side. Ashbo gets the snap, fakes a handoff to McCoy, looking for the end zone, can't find anybody, rolls out, now he's going to send a man deep, makes the catch and into the end zone. I believe that's Ty Ruffin. Ty Ruffin with a touchdown catch. He had 2 last week. That was a backyard play by Riker Ashbo. Ruffin was tied up. Ashbo rolled out of the pocket, going to the right. He motioned Ruffin to go downfield. He did. He got wide open and took it in for the score. 22-yard touchdown pass, Riker Ashbo to Ty Ruffin. Tennyson Ross, 38 for the Hurricane. Number 38 with the fumble recovery, that is Jackson Lehman, middle linebacker for the Cane. On special teams, Jonesboro gets it at the 28-yard line of Pine Bluff, 1st and 10. First turnover of the night. Coughed up by Barnett on the after a pretty good return of close to 20 yards. Here's Ashbo in the gun from the right hash. Gives it to McCoy. Here's a double reverse. Jesse Washington has it. Dances down to the 20, to the 15, out of bounds there. Good run for Jesse Washington on the reverse. As McCoy handed it off to him coming from the left side to the right. And he's run out of bounds by the safety, Braylon Hopkins. 1st and 10 for Jonesboro at the 15-yard line. From the right hash with trips out to the left side, single to the right. McCoy to his right shoulder. Pine Bluff showing blitz. Picked up by Jonesboro, now rolling out of the pocket, throwing down. Catch made by Ruffin at his kneecap down at the 5-yard line and then pushed out there. There's a flag on the play, and it's going to be against Jonesboro, so that will negate that first down and cost the Hurricanes some yardage. Have no idea. I believe it was a hold on Jonesboro. I have no idea the officiating crew, and quite frankly, I couldn't care less. Cost him yardage back to the 28-yard line. First and 23. Here's Ashbo. Quick pass out to Pointer. Makes a move. Flag's going to come out. That's going to be blocking in the back. He just kind of actually ran into, number 77, ran into the Pine Bluff defender, Chandler Lament. Cole Abernathy just kind of ran into his back. I don't think he even meant to block him, but he did, and that's going to cost Jonesboro more yardage. I mean, that was clearly evident what they were going to call. And about the time that Lament hit the ground, the flag came out. And all the way back to the 40 now, I can't even add this high. First and 35 from the 40-yard line of Pine Bluff. Jonesboro from the left hash. 4 receivers set, twins to either side. McCoy to the right shoulder of Ashbo in the gun. Riker takes 1 step back. Pine Bluff jump. Flag's going to come out. It's going to stop the play. I thought the movement was on Pine Bluff. They're standing in the right direction. Now they're going to be walking in the right direction, so get 5 yards back. This whole series has been nothing but penalties. A bunch against Jonesboro, and they get 5 of it back. So now it's 1st and 30. Ace-Bow in the gun again. 3 receiver set. Ace-Bow. Play action. Decked back at the 45-yard line. That's a sack for the Zebras. Number 10, Charleston Collins. He's a load at 6'4", 240. Only a sophomore. Two-way player for Pine Bluff, and the loss goes all the way back to the 45. Now it's 2nd and 35. Check that. Make that 2nd and 40 for Jonesboro. Just get it a little bit at a time. Maybe 20 this time, 20 next time. Ace-Bow with 3 to the right side. Setting up that sucker screen, gets it to McCoy with blockers in front. He's going to go right, come back left, slides as he crosses the 30. They'll spot him at the 29. Got a lot of that yardage back, 16 of it back. Bring up 3rd and very long for Jonesboro. Sliding in on the tackle was number 62 for Pine Bluff, Michael Woods. So Ace-Bow on 3rd and 20-ish. 4 receivers. Throw. Oh, he's not going to throw it. He's going to run out of the pocket. Now throws it. Has a man down there, Ty Ruffin. He's out of bounds inside the 5. Going to be 1st and goal from the 3. Riker Ace-Bow, again, directing traffic, telling his receivers to get downfield. I'll hit you. They do, and he does. So at 1st and 45 in 2 plays, they make it 1st and goal at the 3. Ace-Bow. To McCoy, and he's going to be tied up, maybe a yard loss, wrapped around the ankles by Charleston Collins, or excuse me, Xavier Barnett. Another two-way player, junior at 6'1", 190. It'll be 2nd goal from the 4 after that 1-yard loss. Going to split 2 receivers out to the left side, 1 in tight right to the boundary. That's Jesse Washington. McCoy to the left shoulder of Ace-Bow. Gives it to Brock, goes up the middle. May get 1, maybe 2. To the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Charleston Collins in on the tackle. Ace-Bow again in the gun. False start on Jonesboro. That'll cost him 5. What an interesting drive this is for the Hurricane. Lots of penalties, mostly on the Hurricane. A good run by Brock McCoy, a good pass play to Ty Ruffin. Now 3rd and goal from the 7. Spreads 3 on the left. They're going to throw it to the right to Washington with the catch. Inbounds for the touchdown. Jesse Washington. What an addition to this football team he has been. Gets his 5th touchdown of the year, and the Hurricane up 13-0. Tennyson Roscoe for the point after. He pops it through, and the Hurricane up 14-0. You're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
Across the state of Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud that extra effort that makes our schools and activities an important part of our communities, more now than ever. Working as a team to make our communities better by helping you reach your goals, that's what happens at Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, home of me banking. Member FDIC.
Bud Schropel back at Jordan Stadium in Pine Bluff. Hurricane up 14-0 here in the first quarter. There's 4:23 left in it. And I don't want to get premature, but nothing would make me happier than to get this in a mercy rule game sometime tonight. Get home a little bit before midnight. That'd be awesome. My family may not think so, but I would love it. All right, here's Tennyson Roscoe going to tee it again, only 2 deep now for Pine Bluff. He's going to come to the left side. Xavier Barnett is back there. He fumbled the last kickoff. He fields it at the 6 to the 20, 15, trying to get to the 20, stacked up at the 19, and that's where they'll spot it. 1st and 10. A herd of Hurricane on the tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white jerseys get off of it. John Paul Pickens down low for Jonesboro. And the Zebras will go to work 1st and 10. Next week, back in Jonesboro. And one of the last rivals of the Hurricane, the West Memphis Devils, come into town. West Memphis, not the team they've been in the past, but it's still West Memphis. Our broadcast time will be 6:30 for our pregame, 7 o'clock the play-by-play, the Hootens Automax pregame show at 6. Next Friday night in Jonesboro, the Hurricane and the Devils. Here's Howell in the shotgun. Hands it off. And not much there at all. Going to give him a yard. 5 white jerseys get off the pile. It was the captain, Glenn Barnes, on the carry. No gain. They spotted at the 20 on the return. So 2nd and 10 for Pine Bluff. Send Barnes in motion to the left H-back. Going to throw it downfield, diving to make the catch. They're going to say it bounced, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Out there in coverage for Jonesboro was number 7, Andre Reid. Trying to slip it in there to Courtney Crutchfield. Made a nice attempt, but couldn't come up with the football. 3rd and 10 for Pine Bluff. Howell again. Looks downfield, throws it, and complete. Nice catch made and a 1st down for Pine Bluff. John Paul Pickens brought him down, but a good pass completed to Braylon Hopkins and moved the chains for the Zebras. 1st down, Pine Bluff. Howell again in the shotgun. That's the first down of the night for the Zebras. 3 receiver set, twins to the short right side. Howell's going to hand it off to Barnett. He's not going to get anything. In fact, actually lost a yard, first to hit him. Was Fred Giles. Give him a tackle for a loss. 2nd and 11 for the Zebras at the 34-yard line of Pine Bluff. Down 14-0, 2:34 to go, opening period. Been down here many times and seen Jonesboro suffer down here many times, but so far tonight, having their way with the Zebras. Pine Bluff went through a period in the mid-teens of 2000 with some great football and basketball teams. Here's Barnett up the middle, and he's going to grind out about 3 yards to get a net gain of 2 from the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Pine Bluff. They had to get out to the 45-yard line. A lot of two-way players. Only dressing 53 are the Zebras. That number considerably down this year. Twins to the short right, wide to the left. Howell in the gun. H-back is to the right side. Now he goes in motion to the left side, sets up there. Barnett's going to go in motion, setting up for a screen pass. Throws it to Barnett, makes the catch, slides out of one tackle, and is going to be short of the first down as he's out of bounds at the 42. Taken out over there by John Paul Pickens. Will Thayer also out there aiding in the tackle. So third down. Well, the down marker is set up on fourth down on first down and first down on fourth down. And Pine Bluff's going to go for it. Going to try to pull Jonesboro off, I'm sure. A lot of time left on the play clock. Got to be patient. And timeout called by the Zebras. Timeout of the field with 1:07 to go in the opening period. Jonesboro on top of Pine Bluff 14-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
If you've injured your neck or back, or if you've been in a car accident, you should call the doctors at the Betts Clinic. They've been helping the residents of Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas for over 20 years now. Many people don't know what to do or where to go after a wreck. Go to the Betts Clinic. You can call them now at 931-3722 or find them on the web at thebettsclinic.com. If you have a bulging or herniated disc, let the doctors at the Betts Clinic help you, like they've helped so many others. Call 931-3722 or go to the BettsClinic.com.
On the Front Row with Bedrow is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
Well, Pine Bluff goes for it on fourth down and convert. Move the chains. First down, Xavier Barnett right up the gut. Good for 10 yards. First down, Pine Bluff. They came out of the timeout and went right to the line of scrimmage. The punter, of course, is the quarterback, Will Howell, but he was way in tight. Didn't even try to draw Jonesboro offside. They just blocked up front and got the first down. Howell in the gun. Collins is going to go to the left H-back now. Going to hand it to Barnett. He's going to retreat, slips out of a couple of tackles, and there's going to be a, wow, that looked like a face mask right in front of us. Saw his helmet and head jerk to the left. Don't call anything, but it's going to be a net gain of a couple. A nice run there by Xavier Barnett. Carter Reese Long on the tackle for Jonesboro. 2nd and 8 for the Zebras. And the time's going to run out on the first quarter. Jonesboro on top of Pine Bluff, 14-0. You're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
Maybe your instincts tell you not to trust everything you hear in the media. We get it. It's only human to question things. So if you're still questioning whether or not you should get vaccinated, ask the people you know right here in Arkansas who you really trust, like your doctor, people you've seen with your own eyes, the real threat of COVID, and the remarkable effectiveness of America's vaccines. That's why St. Bernard's Healthcare is asking you to take a stand with us and sit for a shot. Learn more at sitforashot.org.
You can rely on K13 Computers' 40 years of experience to help you. K13 provides you with solutions to your computing problems. Whether you need repairs or IT service for your business, let K13 be your first call. K13 also is your go-to spot for building that gaming PC. They have knowledge, experience, and the products to help you. K13 Computers, 2106 South Caraway next to Barton's Home Improvement. Call 627-5477. That's 627-5477 or visit K13Inc.com. K13 Computers.
Bud Schroppel back at Pine Bluff for the start of the second quarter. They switch ends, and now the Zebras moving from right to left as you visualize or watch us on YouTube at JHS The Warning. Here's Barnett just trying to find a little seam. Not much there. He may have gotten a yard, and that's it, to the 45-yard line of Jonesboro, bringing up 3rd and 7. 14-0 Jonesboro. After one quarter, Hurricane came out smoking. Defense playing very well. Now Pine Bluff establishing a little bit of a drive, giving their defense a little bit of a rest. Takari Evans is going to split out inside the boundary on the left side. Ball's on the right hash. One slot receiver and one out to the right side. Howell in the gun. Going to flip it back to number 7, who's going to be tackled for a loss back at the 49-yard line. Who got that tackle for a loss? Fred Giles, another one. The junior defensive end for Jonesboro, right back there. And now Pine Bluff's going to have to kick it away. 4th and 12. Tyree Campbell on the carry, and wished he hadn't. Howell drops back deep to punt. One-step kicker. Wobbly spiral that will go out of bounds. Wow, inside the 5-yard line. Spot him right at the 5, so a long field for Jonesboro on 1st and 10. We've already had our Domino's Pizza delivery of the game that came back in the first quarter, where Riker Acepo found Jesse Washington in the corner of the end zone on a 3rd and goal from the 7, making that the Domino's delivery of the game. Make game night better by ordering online at Domino's.com or from the Domino's app. 1st and 10 for Jonesboro at their own 5-yard line. 3 receiver set, Twins to the left side. Ball's on the right hash. H-back is to the left side. That's Ty Ruffin. Going to give it to Brock McCoy, and he'll bring it across the 5 up near the 9. '85 on the tackle, Kevon Price. So a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Acepo from the left hash. There's a flag come out. That's going to be a penalty against the Cane. False start on Jonesboro. Boy, they have just really been a plagued team with penalties tonight. That's something we haven't seen a lot from them this year. Maybe we can rack that up to the long bus ride down here. About a 2.5, 3-hour bus ride from Jonesboro through Little Rock. A pleasant drive, nothing to it, but a little bit longer than Cabot and Conway. Here's a pass underneath, complete to Jesse Washington, who leaps forward and finally taken out of bounds around the marker. Boy, Jesse, what an athlete he is. He gets up, looks a little shaken, but he gets enough for the first down. Here's Acepo again, throwing it out, completes it to Ty Ruffin behind Washington, who was going downfield to draw coverage, and Ruffin close to the marker. Going to be 2nd and less than a yard. Player jumps. Ruffin with the catch, taken out of bounds, move the chains, 1st down Jonesboro. Campbell on the stop for Pine Bluff. Move the chains, 1st down Jonesboro from the 30-yard line. Number 80 jumped offside clearly, but they didn't call it. Jerry Hudson had a jump on the play. Twins to either side for Acepo. Throwing it downfield, completing it to Drake Taylor. Had to turn around to get it. Hit him in the hands and then couldn't pull it in. Incomplete. Campbell in coverage for Pine Bluff. That pass a little behind Drake Taylor, but certainly could have caught it. Twins to either side. McCoy to the right shoulder of Ace-Bow in the gun from the right hash. Looking across the middle has Jesse Washington with the catch, gets out of a tackle and gets a first down to the 41-yard line. Jerry Hudson on the stop. But second effort from Washington gets the chains to be moved. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Twins to either side from the right hash. Ace-Bow again looking left. Throws it underneath. Taylor with the reception. He was bobbling it. It's incomplete. Second down, 2nd and 10 from the Jonesboro 41-yard line. Again from the right hash with Twins to either side. Going to throw it again. Ace-Bow's going to be flushed out of the pocket. It's going to run it. Going to go down at midfield. They'll spot it right there at midfield. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Ace-Bow on the keeper, but it's going to be a procedure penalty against Jonesboro, and that will repeat 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 15. Randy Coleman wants to know what the heck. Where's the flag? So back to the 36-yard line. They have to get to the 49 of Pine Bluff. They'll split 1, 2, 3 receivers out to the left side. 2 to the right. The widest to the mark to the side is Brock McCoy. In the seam to the left is Jesse Washington. Ace-Bow in an empty backfield. Going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line. Charleston Collins got him. He was joined in the tackle by Kevon Price. That brings up 3rd and 18. Good job by the D-backs in the 5-receiver formation. They send 3 to the left side, 1 to the right. And the right hash, Ace-Bow gets the ball. He's under pressure, setting up for the sucker screen. Almost threw it right to Kevon Price, who couldn't hold on. Fortunate for Jonesboro, they didn't turn that ball over, and now they'll have to kick it away. Tennyson Roscoe, averaging 33 on the year, will come out. He hangs them high, doesn't like his kicks to be returned. Not the longest I've ever seen, but about as good as I've seen. He gets the snap, a little low, pulls it back. This time it's going to be a driving kick that will hit and take a Pine Bluff bounce and roll right by a couple of Jonesboro special team players and finally picked and touched at the 42-yard line. It's about a 30-yard kick with no return, but he lost close to 7 or 8 yards on that bounce. So Pine Bluff will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line, 7:43 to go in the second quarter, down 14-0. Will Howell will operate from the shotgun. Really haven't seen a lot of throwing from Howell thus far. Their men up front are 250, 270, 230, 260, and 230, so pretty good size blocking for him. He has a fullback and a tailback to either side. Snap goes high. He's going to give it to Barnes, and Barnes will get maybe a yard. Andre Reid on the tackle for Jonesboro. Yard gain, 2nd and 9 for Pine Bluff from their own 43-yard line. Just inside the left hash. 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and an H-back. And Will Howell, the quarterback. Brett Long playing right up in the face of Charleston Collins. Now throw it to the right side. Catch is made by number 12, who stays elevated and finally pushed back. But a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd and 6 for Pine Bluff from their own 46-yard line. Andre Reid started the tackle for Jonesboro defense, joined by a couple of players. Now from the right hash, Pine Bluff operates. Take a yard back. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Don't forget, you can watch this game streaming on YouTube at JHS The Warning. From the Jonesboro students, they do a great job on providing camera angles here for the ball game. Here is Barnett trying to get outside. Good tackle made. Grabbed the shoes and wouldn't let go. John Paul Pickens with the stop. He leads Jonesboro in tackles this year with 43. There's another one for him. Couple of yard gain. It'll be 4th down and close to 4. And Hal's going to get close to under center. Now he's going to back up a couple of steps. Looks like Rod Stinson's going to go for it again. 2 receivers out to the right side. H-back is to the right. 2 backs, 1 to either side of Hal in the gun. Gets the snap, gives it to Barnett, and he tries to blast forward. Got to midfield, still on his feet. Push back. Going to be short, and Jonesboro will take over on downs again. They stop Pine Bluff, and who was it there to make the stop? Number 11, Eric Wilson, from his corner spot. Met Barnett head up, kept him elevated until he got help from his friends, and Jonesboro takes over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, up 14-0, 5:19 to go in the first half. Out comes the Kane offense. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Ball's about the middle of the field. Now Ruffin's going to go in motion all the way to the boundary of Pine Bluff. Stops with a twin receiver formation either side. H-Bo throws it underneath, completes it to Kevon Pointer, and he is taken out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Bring up 2nd and short for Jonesboro. Kevon Pointer, another catch last week against Sheridan. 4 catches, 47 yards, and a score. Twins to either side. Ball's on the right hash. H-Bo quickly out to Washington with the catch. Gets around a defender and steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Taken out by Landon Holcomb. Move the chains. 1st down Jonesboro from the Pine Bluff 30-yard line. 4:44 to go first half. H-Bo from the shotgun. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolls to the sideline. Throws it downfield. Complete to Kevon Pointer, who sidelined. A tackler came by him. He ducked underneath him, stayed in bounds, and got 5 more yards for the 1st down. To the 14-yard line of Pine Bluff. Another spectacular catch and run for Kevon Pointer. Jalen Reynolds finally brought him down out of bounds. 4 receiver formation, twins to either side. Ball just inside the right hash. Here's a reverse again. Kevon Pointer is going to take it. Splits the defenders, steps inside the 10, down the 5. 1st and goal from there for Jonesboro. Kevon Pointer, one of the few times he's rushed the ball this season. Maybe a wrinkle we see in the future for Jonesboro. Ball goes to the left hash. 1st and goal from the 4. Give it to McCoy. Nothing there at all. Jalen Reynolds on the stop. Loss of 2. 2nd and goal from the 6. Going to give it to Brock again. He blasts up the middle. He gets inside the 5 to the 4 again. Tough yardage there for the junior running back. Reynolds again on the stop. Actually, give it to number 44, Leon Williams. 3rd and goal from the 4. Trips come out to the right side. To the left is Kevon Pointer. Washington goes in motion. Ashbo rolling with him to the right side. Washington with a catch. In for the score. Jesse Washington, 2nd touchdown grab of the night. Jonesboro goes up 20-0. Jesse Washington went in motion to the left hash, and as soon as the ball was snapped, he came back to the right side. Ashbo watching him all the way. He was the first option for Ashbo, and he hit him and scores. Tennyson Roscoe's point after is good. Jonesboro on top of Pine Bluff, 21-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Evolve Bank and Trust is your local source for home and business loans. Evolve Bank and Trust is making banking personal again with our friendly customer service and fast turnaround times. Your hometown bank for more than 90 years. Evolve Bank and Trust's dedicated staff can help you realize the dream of owning a home or help grow your small business with confidence. For more information, visit our office at 111 East Huntington, Suite A in Jonesboro, or call 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Or check us online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, equal housing lender.
Bud Schropel back here in Pine Bluff. Jonesboro up 21-0. Another touchdown grab for Jesse Washington of 4 yards. And the Hurricane on top by 3 touchdowns. Tennyson Roscoe will now tee it again. Has yet to put one in the end zone. He's kicked them all to Xavier Barnett on the left side. He's from the left hash. And he gets his foot into it. It's going to go to Barnett again. He'll come up and grab it. No, it's going to be taken by an up-back at the 15-yard line. I think that's Tyria Campbell. It gets to the 25, wrapped up there and brought down by a plethora. There you go, Aaron Lowe. A plethora of Hurricane tacklers. And Pine Bluff will set up 1st and 10. One of our fine sponsors, Steve Tricarico, Southern Home Healthcare, listening out there. Glad to have Steve aboard tonight. And certainly glad to have Southern Home Healthcare as one of our sponsors of Hurricane Athletics. From the right hash, 1st and 10 for Pine Bluff. Will Howell, the quarterback, is going to split 2 out to the wide left side, 1 tight right to the boundary. Both backs step in front of Howell. He's going to throw it all the way, and then flags come out. That's going to be procedure against Pine Bluff. Cost him 5, 1st and 15. Don't forget tonight after the ball games, keep it right here on the ticket. The Cavanaugh Auto Group Friday Night Lights Scoreboard Show with Will Oswald. Get you caught up with all the action around Northeast Arkansas and around the Natural State. That's right after the ball game here on the ticket. The Cavanaugh Auto Group Friday Night Lights Scoreboard Show with host Will Oswald. All right, Howell now on 1st and 15. Throws it down the middle, has a man. Barnett overthrows him. Step for step, Eric Wilson right there with him. Howell's got a pretty active arm. That was a tight spiral 50 yards down the field. $21-0. Jonesboro on top of Pine Bluff. 2nd and 15 for the Zebras from their own 20-yard line. 3-receiver formation, twins to the wide left side. Howell hands it off up the middle, nothing there. Stacked up right there by Elijah Faulkner and Xavier McCray. 3rd and 16 after the 1-yard loss. Howell brings in Collins, has something to say to him as he's the furthest split out to the left side. He's one-on-one with Brett Long. Now, Collins is 6'4", Long 5'8". Howell's going to have to run it. He'll be brought down short of the original line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line by Jackson Lehman. That'll bring up 4th down and 11. And we have a Jonesboro timeout with 1:51 to go until half. Hurricane on top of Pine Bluff, 21-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your medical needs are personal, and the way you manage those needs should be personal as well. The team at Southern Home Healthcare is local, knowledgeable, and courteous, giving you the customized care you and your family deserve. When facing breathing challenges, the on-staff respiratory therapists at Southern Home Healthcare provide support and guidance just for you, and you can sleep better with the help of their CPAP and BiPAP therapy. Plus, treat your strains, sprains, and pain with the help of Southern Home Healthcare's high-quality bracing devices. Go online to southernhomehealthjonesboro.com.
Bud Schropel back at our NEA Baptist broadcast position here at Jordan Stadium in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Pine Bluff's going to be forced to punt it away. 4th and 11 from their own 24-yard line. John Paul Pickens and Jesse Washington drop back deep for the Cane. Will Howell, the quarterback, also the punter. One-step kicker. Jonesboro looks like they're going to bring everybody. They do. And they don't get it. Washington fields it at the 43. At the 49, held up there. Now he gets out of that tackle. Now has a wide side. He gets a block. Flag's going to come out, and Washington's going to take it to the end zone for the return kickoff touchdown. But that play's going to be brought back on the penalty on a great block, and that's just one of those things that I just absolutely can't stand. It was just the player was attempting to tackle Jesse Washington. He was blocked, and they're going to call he was a defenseless player. I believe it's number 22 who's walking off the field. Is that Will Thayer out there coming off the field? Looks like Will. Nope, it's number 27 for Jonesboro. That's Damian Hoskins. He lays down on the table. Well, that's going to put Jonesboro back in their own territory to start this drive, but what a return that was for Jesse Washington. And I understand the principles, what they're trying to do with those penalties, but you just can't take that play out of football. The player is trying to tackle your return man, and you block him. Block him good, I realize that, but you block him, and there's no way that's a penalty. Anyway, it is tonight, 1st and 10 for Jonesboro at their own 44-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, single to the short left. There's jump movement by Pine Bluff. Number 52 came across the line. That's Zakevius Benton. And it is offside against Pine Bluff. Gives Jonesboro 5 yards, so 1st and 5 now. Ashbo flushed out of the pocket's going to run. Dives forward for the first down at the 42-yard line. About an 8-yard run, scramble by Riker Ashbo. Move the chains, first down Jonesboro at the 42-yard line of Pine Bluff. Middle of the field, twins to either side. Ashbo looking left, throws it underneath, completes it to Ruffin. Popped immediately. It's going to be about a 5-yard gain. Landon Holcomb on the tackle for left hash. 2nd down and 5. Ashbo looking to the right side, throws it underneath, too short and almost picked off. Trying to hook up with Jesse. He had a player behind him racing down the right side. I think that was Latrell Brown, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, it's Drake Taylor. A 6, but not a 1-6. Third and 5 for Jonesboro. 56 seconds to go in the first half. 21-0 Hurricane lead. 3 on the right side. Acepo ducks out of the pocket, gets it to Kevon Pointer. He slides out of one tackle. There's another tackle he slides out of. Now he has a first down, but a flag comes out. Probably going to indicate a hold. Randy Coleman walking down the sideline expressing his displeasure with the official. Hold on Jonesboro. Back at the 41-yard line. It'll be third and long, really long, for the Cane. That was a great catch and run by Kevon Pointer, evading tacklers. And leaves 43.5 seconds on the clock. They'll spot it back at the Hurricane 49-yard line. Have to get to the 31-yard line of Pine Bluff. Just inside the right hash, Acepo with trips out to the left side, looking that way. Throws it back right, completes it. Here's Pointer with the catch, has a first down and more. Inside the 15 to the 10, down at the 7. 45-yard pass play. Riker Acepo to Kevon Pointer. First and goal for Jonesboro with 31 seconds to go. We've got a Pine Bluff player down. That is Holcomb. And time out of the field with 31 seconds to go. Hurricane on top, 21-0, looking for one more score in the first half. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Jonesboro Overhead Doors and Tri-County Garage Doors. With over 40 years of service, Jonesboro Overhead Doors and Tri-County Garage Doors is your first call for commercial, industrial, and residential overhead and garage doors. Come see us at 925 East Parker Road or give us a call at 870-932-6891. Good luck to all the team from Jonesboro Overhead Doors and Tri-County Garage Doors.
Landon Holcomb gets up and walks off the field under his own power. As Jonesboro will have it first and goal from the 8-yard line. Saying Kevon stepped out of bounds. Or a knee drag. So first and goal from the 8. Jonesboro with 31 seconds left to get another touchdown in. If they don't get it here, they may go for the field goal. From the right hash, Acepo in the gun. Brings all his receivers in tight. They're triangled on the left side. One in tight right. Fake a handoff to McCoy. Throws it underneath to Ruffin with the catch, who out of bounds at the 1-foot line. Leaves 22 seconds on the clock. Dragged out by Xavion Barnett. A lot of players going both ways for Pine Bluff. Second and goal from the 1. Acepo's going to keep it and dives in for his rushing touchdown. First one of the year for Riker Acepo, and Jonesboro stretches the lead to 27-0. St. Bernard's halftime show coming your way next. We'll come back here to give you a recap of the scoring and then send it back to the studios where Lennon Smith will get you caught up on scores around the area and the state. The extra point is good. Jonesboro on top, 28-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Attention members and guests.
J-Town's Grill is once again a proud supporter of the A-State Red Wolves. Make J-Town's Grill your after-game destination to celebrate another Red Wolves victory. And don't forget to come back for Sunday brunch and catch the NFL games on the big screens at J-Town's. Everything from appetizers, salads and sandwiches to burgers and wraps, all at J-Town's Grill with indoor and outdoor seating and live music. J-Town's Grill on Johnson, right across from Centennial Bank Stadium. Check out their menu at jtownsgrill.com and like them on Facebook.
Bud Schropel back in Pine Bluff. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jonesboro High School Athletics on the East Arkansas Broadcasters Sports Network.
You're listening to the Jonesboro Hurricanes on KNEA AM 970 Jonesboro and 95.3 and 96.9 The Ticket.
17.7 seconds to go in the first half. Hurricane on top, 28-0 on the Pine Bluff Zebras. A couple of touchdown passes tonight to Jesse Washington from Riker Acepo, a Ty Ruffin pass from Acepo, and Riker with his first rushing touchdown of the year. Just scored. Tennyson Roscoe is going to kick this away, a line drive that will be fielded at the 13 by Barnes, the captain, and he is going to be gang tackled close to the 30-yard line with 10 seconds on the clock. Impressive first half here for the Cane. Want to get this thing in the mercy rule and play as many as they can tonight. Again, coming up at the St. Bernard's halftime show. Come back here for a recap of the scoring and hear from some of our great sponsors of our high school broadcast, and then send it back to the studios where Lennon Smith will get you caught up with scores from around the natural state. The St. Bernard's halftime show coming your way next. St. Bernard's, at the heart of great medicine, more than 120 years. Will Howell's going to take a knee, and they're going to go to the locker room down 28-0. A very impressive first half for the visiting Hurricane. They'll go to the locker room and talk about what they're going to do in the second half, as we'll send it back to the studios for a 3-minute timeout. Come back here to Pine Bluff. The St. Bernard's halftime show just around the corner. You're listening to Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
First Community Bank believes that community is everything. Our promise to stand by our customers is important in the good times, but even more important in the hard times too. As economic recovery begins, we want you to know that we are here for you. We will keep loaning money, financing homes, helping small business, and supporting this community. Banking local is more important than ever. We invite you to make the switch to First Community Bank, your local community bank.
First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. Offer of credit subject to credit approval.
Empower. High-speed internet for your neck of the woods delivered by Craighead Electric. Empower is local. Empower is reliable. Empower is affordable. Empower is super fast broadband. Empower is customer service that puts you in power. We are here for you. 870-336-0999. Empower, bringing you the information you need more quickly and conveniently than ever before. We are Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric. Call and talk to us today at 870-336-0999. High-speed internet from Empower. Internet for your neck of the woods.
The employees of Alexander's Machine Shop, Jimmy, Kim, Jordan, and Zachary Alexander, along with Tim, Ashley, Max, Emma, and Kate Hogger, all wish Jonesboro High School a very successful athletic season. Alexander Machine Shop is always there to answer any metal questions or problems that you may have. Come by the shop at 1201 East Johnson or call them at 935-6405. That's 935-6405. Go Golden Hurricane!
What a horrible call! What's the matter with you, ref? You seriously need some glasses.
Honey, that's the mascot.
Oh, guess I need glasses too.
Elite Eye Care can help fans and officials alike. 1000 Windover Road in Jonesboro and 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Schedule today at EliteEyeCareAndOptical.com or call 972-6040. That's 972-6040. Elite Eye Care. Your vision is our focus.
Back here in Pine Bluff at Jordan Stadium, halftime. Jonesboro leading the Zebras 28-0, and this is the St. Bernard's halftime show. St. Bernard's at the heart of great medicine for more than 120 years. Well, this game got started for the Hurricane with Ty Ruffin accepting a 22-yard pass from Riker Acepo. The Hurricane on the board. Tennyson Roscoe's point after made it 7-0 Jonesboro. Next came a 7-yard touchdown pass from Riker Acepo to Jesse Washington. That was our Domino's Pizza delivery of the game. Tennyson Roscoe's point after made it 14-0 Jonesboro. That was all the scoring in the first quarter. Hurricane came back in the second quarter with another touchdown pass, 4 yards from Riker Acepo to Jesse Washington. Tennyson Roscoe's third point after successful for a 21-0 Hurricane lead. And right before halftime, Riker Acepo got his first rushing touchdown of the year, a 1-yard dive into the end zone. Roscoe's point after made it Hurricane 28 and Pine Bluff 0. The Zebras have been in Hurricane territory one time, turned back on downs, and then the Zebras just haven't been able to muster much offensively at all. They fumbled a kickoff return to add to the short field for Jonesboro, and the Hurricane have just been dominating on both sides of the football offensively and defensively. They lead the Zebras 28-0. We'll send it back to the studios, and when we come back from the break, Lennon Smith will get you up to date on scores from around the Natural State and in Northeast Arkansas as the St. Bernard's halftime show continues while you're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
It's a mix and match special now at Jonesboro area Domino's Pizzas. Choose any two for $5.99 each, like a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, an oven-baked sandwich, salad, bread twist, marbled brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for your whole gang. The mix and match special. Get any two for only $5.99 each at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizzas.
You've been told banks with branches don't have the digital capabilities you need. But why not have the best of both worlds? At First National Bank, we have all the online banking tools you could ever need. Plus, if you need something, we have real people in real places near you. Digital, with branches and real people. We know you can't be everywhere at once, but we can be anywhere you are. Check it, snap it, track it, pay it, move it, and ask it anywhere. First National Bank, putting you first, always.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Last year we were duck hunting in a pit. If you've ever hunted a duck pit, you know someone's responsible for pulling the top back before you shoot. A duck came over. We said, Danny, a good friend of mine, shoot that duck. Whoever's responsible for pulling the cover back didn't pull it back far enough. Danny hit his head hard. You don't get much sympathy duck hunting. After a long silence, Kelly said, Danny, did you bend that steel top? There were several comments later. Glenn sang, and God bless our troops.
Guys, if you haven't made it into Orville's men's store, then you're missing out. They're the only store in town to exclusively carry brands like Barber, Duckhead, Strong Suit, Tommy Bahama, and Vineyard Vines. Orville's has everything a guy needs, from daily workwear to a big night out on the town. Orville's will have you looking more stylish and feeling more confident than ever before. So make your way to Orville's men's store at 2612 East Nettleton next to Steamroller Blues in Jonesboro and show off your stash. Shop online at orvillesms.com.
This is Lennon Smith back in the EAB Sports Studio, and we decided we'd give Bud Rowe just a little break this week, and I'll run down the scores for y'all from around the state. And we'll start with the 7A. We've got a powerhouse game, Cabot going down to Conway, and Conway's giving it to them 28-7 right now at half. Let's see. Bryant traveled down to Little Rock Central, and they're all over Little Rock Central, 28-0. That's not a huge shocker there. Let's see what else I've got. Bentonville West traveled down to Rogers. That's a close one at 14-7 at halftime. And Springdale traveling to Springdale Harbor, winning 10-7 over Harbor. Actually, at halftime, looking to only get their third victory ever over Springdale Harbor. So that'd be a huge win for Springdale this week. And that's all I've got for the 7A. We'll move on to the 6A here. And a shocker right off the bat. Little Rock Parkview is actually losing to Benton right now, 7-0. Says that's in the first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're a little bit further than that. Let's see. Siloam Springs traveling down to Greenwood this week, and Greenwood's winning 7-3 right now at the end of the first quarter. Russellville is visiting Lake Hamilton, and Lake Hamilton, another shocker, getting beat right now at halftime, 20-13. Mountain Home is going to Van Buren this week, and they are all over them, 21-0 in the second quarter. And that's all I've got for the 6A. We'll move on to the 5A here. Starting off the 5A, we got Little Rock Christian at halftime beating BB 15-0. Maumelle going down to Jacksonville, winning 21-7 at halftime. Another little upset brewing here. PA is losing 6-14 at Whitehall, to Whitehall right now at the end of the first quarter. Greene County Tech is beating Brooklyn in Brooklyn right now, 14-7. Batesville is winning against Forest City 15-0 down in Forest City, and that's just the end of the first quarter in that one. Little Northeast Arkansas matchup, along with Greene County Tech and Brooklyn. Nettleton is winning 21-0 against Paragould right now in Paragould at halftime. Keeping it in Northeast Arkansas, Valley View is losing to win 14-3 at win at halftime right now. Magnolia's losing 6-14 at Camden Fairview. Farmington and Morrilton are flexing the defense just a little bit. It's 3-0 Farmington at halftime. And Greenbrier isn't having any trouble with Harrison tonight. They're winning 31-0 in Harrison at halftime. And Valonia is winning 14-0 against Pea Ridge in Pea Ridge at halftime. Move on to the 4A here. Not a lot of 4A scores. Doesn't look like. There we go. Shiloh Christian and Prairie Grove are playing a close one in Prairie Grove. 13-7 Shiloh right now at halftime. Stuttgart's winning 35-7 in Bald Knob. CAC is losing to Heber right now in Heber 14-6. Cave City is beating Pocahontas 13-7. It's the end of the first quarter in that one. Cave City's looking for only their second victory ever against Pocahontas, so that'll be a big one for them. Let's see, Jonesboro Westside traveled down to Rivercrest, and they are getting beat 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Gosnell and Truman. Truman's winning 7-0 at the end of the first. Mena traveled down to Dover, and Mena is winning 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Let's see here. Got Dardanelle playing Pottsville in Pottsville tonight. Dardanelle's losing 17-0 to Pottsville at halftime. Got some upsets brewing. That would only be Pottsville's fourth victory ever against Dardanelle if they could pull it off tonight. Fountain Lake went down to Arkadelphia, and it is 21-7 Arkadelphia at halftime. Malvern and Ashdown are playing in Ashdown, and Ashdown's winning 7-0 right now at the end of the first. Harmony Grove went to Bauxite. Let's see, that one's in the second quarter, and it's all knotted up at 7. Nashville went to Robinson, and this is a shocking score as well. Robinson is winning in the second quarter, not even halftime yet. It's 35-0 Joe T. Robinson over Nashville. Crossit and DeWitt. Crossit went down to DeWitt tonight, and they're winning 21-7. It's still the second quarter in that one. Let's see. Warren and Dumas are playing a close one. Warren's winning right now 14-7 in Dumas. Star City traveled to Hamburg tonight, and they're not having any trouble, it doesn't look like. Early second quarter, and it is 20-0 Star City, and that is it for the 4A. Let's move on to the 3A, see what we can find here. Mansfield is playing Charleston at Charleston, and it is all Charleston, 32-0 in the second quarter. Harding Academy's playing a close one against Riverview in Riverview, 6-0 in the second quarter. Riverview has never defeated Harding Academy, so that'd be another big one if Riverview could find a way to score a touchdown. They'd be up there. That one's 6-0 Harding Academy. Let's see here. Manila went down to Harrisburg, and Harrisburg is winning 12-0 late in the second quarter. That one's about halftime. Boonville's all over Mayflower in Mayflower, 35-0. That one's early in the second quarter as well. Perryville is hosting Two Rivers, and they are winning pretty easily right now, 28-7, and that one's in the second quarter. Glen Rose traveling down to Bismarck. It's a close one right now, 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. Centerpoint and Prescott are playing a good one. Centerpoint is winning 7-6 on the road in Prescott right now, and that one's still in the second quarter. That'd be another big one. Centerpoint's never beat Prescott, so they lead. Prescott leads Centerpoint 11-0 all time in matchups, so that'd be another big win for Centerpoint if they could pull it out. Let's see, Smackover is in Rising tonight, and Rising is winning that one pretty handedly in the second quarter, 29-8 over Smackover right now. And that'll do it for the 3A. Let's see if we can find anything in the 2A here. Mountainburg is in Bigelow tonight. Bigelow is winning 20-6 in the second quarter. Hector is in Magazine, and Hector is winning 14-0. That one's also in the second quarter. Yellville Summit is in Quitman, and Quitman's winning 20-0 second quarter. Let's see. Desark and Hazen look like they're playing a pretty decent one. 14-0 right now, but Hazen looks to be trying to score here. That one's in the second quarter. Looks like all I've got for the 3A. Let's see if we can find some 8-man football scores around the state here. The only 8-man, no, we've got 2. Spring Hill's winning 8-6 against Mountain Pine in Mountain Pine. That one's in the first quarter there. And Little Rock Hall is playing a close one with Subio Academy. And Subio Academy is actually winning 14-12, and that one's in the second quarter. So that'll about do it for our scores around the state. I'm going to check on that Benton game again. Okay, so it's still 7-0 Benton against Parkview. That's one to kind of keep your eye on there. That's going to do it for our scores around the state. We'll take a little break, and we'll get back to Bud Rowe in Pine Bluff for the second half.
It's football time at Wings to Go. That means all the TVs watching the games, all the wings will be hot and flavorful, all the food will be good. It is time to come to Wings to Go. We've weathered the storm. It's almost over. Things are getting better, and we can't wait to see you at Wings to Go. Sports, wings, football, life is great at Wings to Go, both locations.
See Placid Tire Service for the right tire at the right price right now. Placid Tire Service is the area's biggest selection of in-stock tires at the lowest price. While others are searching for tires to order, we'll get you fixed up with a great set of tires and back on the road in no time with our 4 tires, 1 hour guarantee. Plus, we make the purchase easy on your budget with our Placid Tire Service card or no credit needed financing options. For the right tire at the right price right now, the choice is easy. That's Placid Tire Service.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here, refinished the floors here twice, sized up your daughter's boyfriends here, waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Trust your heart to better care at NEA Baptist. Better access means communication with your award-winning cardiac team anytime, anywhere with the MyChart app. Better technology means leading the state with new treatments and interventions right here in Jonesboro. Better is an integrated team of experts at your service when seconds matter. Your heart deserves better. Find it at NEA Baptist.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. If you're looking for some land you'd like to populate, call real estate, real estate, real estate agents.
Listen, we all know the real estate market is crazy right now, so whether you're buying or selling, you deserve maximum value. You want real market knowledge. You want real negotiating power. You want real results. You need Real Estate Nate. Give me a call. I got you back.
Call Real Estate, Real Estate, Real Estate Nate.
Call today. Real Estate Nate with Halsey Thrasher Harpole Real Estate Group. 870-261-3927.
For me, rice farming isn't a profession. It's been my life for more than 30 years. And as owner of Delaplane Seed, I've been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. Every planting season, I'm in the fields right along with you, and we're figuring out how to make sure bushels mean dollars together. From selecting your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery and one-on-one consultation, I'd like to help your rice field see more profit this season. I'm Terry Gray at Delaplane Seed. Call me today at 870-249-3447. Let's talk about your best rice options.
What does better mean to you? Maybe it's better services, better support, better ways to build a life or buy a home or run a business. First Security is your partner for it all, with resources and solutions that make a difference for you and others. That's because First Security takes care of customers while building communities. Better for you, better for Arkansas, better for all. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Attention, members and guests.
Get lost at Lost Pizza. See why people continue to flock to Northeast Arkansas's coolest and funkiest place to eat. Try one of Lost Pizza's 10 signature pizzas or create your own. Plus, salads, subs, and pastas. And of course, those famous Delta Hot Tamales. Lost Pizza offers curbside pickup, dine-in, or delivery, and they also do catering. Lost Pizza with 2 locations in Jonesboro, 906 Southwest Drive, and on Hilltop at 3410 East Johnson. Order at lostpizza.com or download and order through the Lost Pizza app.
Hey, it's Brad Bobo, and as the sideline reporter for Red Wolves football, I've had the chance to see firsthand the great work done by the physicians at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. JOSM doctors have served the athletes at A-State for more than 40 years. Plus, on any Friday night, you can see their physicians on the sidelines at high school games around the area. Whether you're just starting your athletic career or if you're, well past your playing days, JOSM can get you back in the game. To schedule an appointment, call 870-932-1820. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in their field so you can excel on yours.
Dimo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Dimo's Barbecue. No kidding, they come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Dimo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Dimo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the cutting edge, whatever that is. And our partnership with Sharp document systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you need supplies, you can walk in our store and get it. When you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Did you know for the first time in years a percentage of positive drug tests has increased among workers due to increasing use of methamphetamines and marijuana? Employment drug testing is a powerful risk management tool that provides a safer, more productive workplace. It helps decrease employee turnover and absenteeism, reduces employer risk, and lowers workers' compensation incentive rates by reducing the chance of accidents and injury. A drug-free workplace program can ensure that you have a safer, more productive workplace. National MedTest Incorporated is a company who specializes in this field. Give them a call today at 931-1993 and set up a program that's right for you to make your place drug-free. National MedTest Inc., making businesses and schools drug-free.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and Freight Services, all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Trey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations.
situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
See, I told you, Pack Mail ships anything, anywhere, through any shipper. Pack Mail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Pack Mail. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Welcome back to Pine Bluff and Jordan Stadium here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Halftime continues for a few more minutes. That's another thing I hate about halftime shows. The band's been off the field for like 3 or 4 minutes, but they always add time back to the clock. I just don't understand it. I really don't. But Hurricane leading Pine Bluff 28-0, and I can finally take the wraps off something I've known for about a week or 10 days. Riker Acepo, senior quarterback for Jonesboro, is the newest recipient of the First Community Bank Scholar Athlete of the Week award. Listen to this. One of 13 football players out of 500 in Arkansas to be selected for this award. Riker carries a 4.3 GPA, scored 30 on his ACT, numbers that I can't even imagine. And he's an excellent quarterback, too. Great baseball player. Future looks very good for Riker Acepo. Congratulations to Riker Acepo, the First Community Bank Scholar Athlete of the Week. This is a low kick by Pine Bluff, fielded up front and down immediately. And that was number 30, Markevius Pickett for Jonesboro. And the Hurricane will go to work 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Up 28-0. Looking to get the mercy rule invoked here in Pine Bluff. Here comes Acepo. He'll start this drive for Jonesboro in the second half. Maybe the last time we see Riker tonight. Leaves 2 receivers on the wide right side. 2 go to the short left side. In the slot is Kevon Pointer. Going to hand it to Brock McCoy right up the middle. He's knocked backward and now comes to the sideline trying to outrun the defense to the edge and got back to the line of scrimmage, which was the 38-yard line. He ran about 50 yards to not lose any. He was bounced back a good 3 or 4 yards and just scattered to the sideline. Pine Bluff did a good job extending it to the sideline for no gain, but good job by McCoy not to lose any yardage. This time from the right half, with trips out to the left side. Acepo throws it underneath to Kevon Pointer, who steps out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 6, bring up 3rd and 4. Since the Conway game last year, Kevon Pointer has been about as good as any receiver in the state. This time he's going to split all the way out to the boundary on the wide left side. Taylor in the slot, one other receiver left, throws it underneath to Washington. He goes right through his hands. Incomplete. Boy, that was some gas on that pass. Brings up 4th down. And it looks like Jonesboro's going to go for it. They leave Acepo on the field. Say 3rd down and 4. I could have sworn it was 4th. Acepo underneath to Washington. Catch is incomplete. In coverage was Campbell for Pine Bluff. And Pine Bluff takes over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of Jonesboro. Good job by Tyria Campbell to cover up Jesse Washington, who's caught a couple of touchdown passes tonight. And Pine Bluff takes over on downs. Here comes Will Howell. Maybe this can be an energizing point for the Zebras. He's going to have 1 back, 4 receivers. Different look for Pine Bluff. Howell gets the football. Barnett, the ball carrier, got back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Jackson Lehman with the first hit. No gain, 2nd and 10. Three are going to flood the short left side. 1 out to the wide right. Again, single back. Barnett 4 yards behind Howell in the short shotgun. Now he'll step back a couple of more steps, more conventional shotgun. Now Barnett only 2 yards behind him. Hands it to Barnett again. Cuts inside, now racing to the sideline, retreats, and it's going to be thrown out of bounds way back at the 45-yard line of Pine Bluff. He had a couple of yard gain on the carry, and then he was forced to the sideline by several of the Jonesboro defenders and kept going side and back for a loss. They'll spot his forward progress at the 47-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 20. That whole left side of that Jonesboro defense all giving credit for that tackle. 9:34 to go in the third quarter. Hurricane up 28-0. Stopped on downs on their first drive, looking to get the ball back. Pine Bluff huddling up. One, two, three receivers come to the left side. The furthest is Charleston Collins. One to the short right side. Ball's on the right hash. The back is Xavier Barnett. Howell throws it, completes it. And short of the original line of scrimmage. And out of bounds at the 45. Will bring up 4th and 11 for Pine Bluff. Brett Long on the tackle for Jonesboro. And out comes the punt coverage team for Pine Bluff. Jesse Washington out on the field along with John Paul Pickens retreating to return this kick. Hal, a one-step kicker, does pretty good. Good-looking athlete. Low snap, scoops it up, sends an end-over-end kick that will hit. John Paul Pickens kind of darted at the football. The Pine Bluff defender didn't even move, and it rolls inside the 10 to the 9. "36-yard punt, no return for Howell. Jonesboro 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line with 8:07 to go in the third quarter, up 28-0. Acepo again will come to the field. Wanted to get that sportsmanship rule touchdown. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 to the wide left. That's Drake Taylor. McCoy to the right side of Acepo will take the handoff going left, cuts it upfield, down the seam, crosses the 10 near the 13-yard line. Number 57, first number I ever had, Marquise Stone on the tackle for Pine Bluff. Acepo on 2nd and 5, flushed out of the pocket. Going to run the football, makes a nice move and dives forward for the first down to about the 22. Taken out by number 44, Leon Williams. Move the chains, first down Jonesboro. $28-0. Hurricane lead. Trips flood the wide left side. Ball on the right hash. Jesse Washington in tight right. Brock McCoy in the backfield. Takes the handoff. Gets out of one tackle. Can't get out of the other tackle. Slung down by Kevon Price for a loss of 2. Spot him at the 21, so a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Same formation, now coming in tight. Ty Ruffin will go to the slot, so 3 receiver formations, twins out to the left side. Acepo looks to the side for the call from Randy Coleman. And offensive coordinator Carter Harbuck. Going to throw it this time. Under pressure, throws it short and incomplete, directed towards Drake Taylor. Acepo looked up, and right there in his grill was Number 16 for Pine Bluff, that's Braylon Starks, giving the Jonesboro QB a little pressure up the middle. 1, 2, 3 receivers to the left, twins to the right. Brock McCoy comes to the sideline, the boundary of Jonesboro. Ace-Bow in an empty backfield. On 3rd and 11, down the middle, complete, first down and more. And maybe a touchdown. Who is that? That's Kevon Pointer. Will take it the distance. 79-yard touchdown pass to Kevon Pointer, and Hurricane up 34 to nothing. He caught it about midfield and then just darted away from the defender, and nobody was going to touch him. That was a 50-yard run after the catch. Yards after the catch, the old yak yards. 6:05 remain. The point after sails through, and Jonesboro up 35-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your specialty print and ship store is the Safe Ship Store in Jonesboro. Owner David Leonard wants to help you with all your shipping and printing needs, and they'll always give you the best customer service and highest quality product for the absolute lowest prices in town. So when you need something packed and shipped, or when you need printed products, call the Safe Ship Store. Come in today to see all they have to offer. For the best customer service, quality, and prices, visit the Safe Ship Store. 2500 Alexander Drive, Suite C in Jonesboro. 870-333-5068.
I was a non-believer when I heard the spread from Chad Hooten this week of 28 points for Jonesboro. It's 35-0 Jonesboro right now, and I'm a believer now for sure. Hurricane have just come in here and dominated this football game. Now, Hurricane, last time they'll play Pine Bluff for some time. The Hurricane move up in classification next year to 7A. Pine Bluff will be right here remaining in 6A. Tennyson Roscoe to kick. He has Xavier Barnett standing around the 8-yard line. The kick will go his way. He'll receive it at the 13 to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Cross midfield. He may take this all the way. Here comes John Paul Pickens trying to catch him. He won't. And that is a 78-yard kickoff return for Xavier Barnett. And as I'm saying, it looks like the mercy rule. Pine Bluff scores. It's 35-6. Xavier Barnett. Never really touched by a Hurricane defender. Great blocking by the return team for Pine Bluff. And the mercy rule is not enforced. The clock is not running. Normally they won't do that until the fourth quarter, unless the team that's down 35 says, let's go ahead and run it. There's some confusion on Jonesboro. Setting up for two was Pine Bluff, and the Hurricane call a timeout. Jonesboro on top 35-6. This is the Hurricane on the EAB Sports Network.
Across the state of Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud that extra effort that makes our schools and activities an important part of our communities, more now than ever. Working as a team to make our communities better by helping you reach your goals, that's what happens at Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville, home of Me Banking, member FDIC.
That 78-yard kickoff return for Xavier Barnett was the first return for a score for any special team against Jonesboro this year. And I mean, he wasn't touched. Now Will Howe will set his team up for a two-point conversion. Twins to the left, single to the right. The back is Tyria Campbell. He'll take the handoff up the middle. Be stopped immediately, reaching in and grabbing him and not letting go. Who was that? 91 for Jonesboro. Montrell Varner. So the two-point conversion is no good, but Pine Bluff on the board. It's 35-6 Jonesboro on the EAB Sports Network.
If you've injured your neck or back, or if you've been in a car accident, you should call the doctors at the Betts Clinic. They've been helping the residents of Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas for over 20 years now. Many people don't know what to do or where to go after a wreck. Go to the Betts Clinic. You can call them now at 931-3722 or find them on the web at thebettsclinic.com. If you have a bulging or herniated disc, let the doctors at the Betts Clinic help you, like they've helped so many others. Call 931-3722 or go to thebettsclinic.com.
For the second time tonight, Jonesboro will field a kick. Jarrell Grant will kick it from the deck. Be fielded by an up man at the 25-yard line to the 40, down to the 44. Tackle made by number 45, Walter Sims. And the kick was returned by number... Get out of his way. I'm wanting to say number 15, Terrence Brown, who returned it 19 yards. First and 10 for Jonesboro at the 44, up 35-6. Going to hand it off. Here comes Brock McCoy, stretching it out to the sideline, still on his feet. No, excuse me, Markevius Pickett with the carry. And he just grinded out about 5 of those on his own. Here comes Terrence Brown in the game. Jonesboro now going with some subs. Two receivers split to the wide left on 2nd and 6 at the Jonesboro 48. The quarterback for Jonesboro is number 15. He's going to keep the ball. He's going to get the first down as he crosses the 45 down to the 43. Nice run by Terrence Brown, who returned the kick, went to the sideline, then came out at the QB spot. Now, Sean David Carter will come in. He's the normal second-string QB, 6'1", 180-pound junior. 1st and 10, Jonesboro at the Pine Bluff 43-yard line, up 35-6, 3:40 to go third quarter. John David Carter in the shotgun. Hands it off to Markevius Pickett. Finds the seam, gets it upfield, down near the 30. That's going to be another first down for Jonesboro. The subs coming in on a storm for Hurricane. Braylon Starks on the tackle. Move those chains. First down Jonesboro at the Pine Bluff 30. A lot of new numbers out there. Let's start checking some of them. Terrence Brown comes back in. He's going to be the Wildcat quarterback. Latrell Brown is in there in the slot left side. Brown's going to throw it out to Latrell. He makes the catch. He gets free. He's still on his feet as he gets near the 20. Coming back from the injury, Latrell Brown with the first down for Jonesboro. And a completed pass for Brown. Terrence Brown. Going to be just short of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 1, just shy of the 20-yard line. 2:17 to go in the third. Jonesboro up 35-6. Number 33 is in the game for Jonesboro. That's Grant Bartels. Two receivers to the left side. Here's Pickett. Turns it upfield. First down and more. Still on his feet as he gets to the 15-yard line. Push back and down, but move the chains for the Hurricane. Jalen Reynolds on the tackle for Pine Bluff. 1:39 to go, third quarter. Hurricane up 35-6. First and 10 from the 15-yard line as another sub comes in, number 62 in the game. Averon Sanders. Terrence Brown comes back in the game as a Wildcat quarterback. No, he's going to split out. No, I'm sorry, he stays in at quarterback. Pickett in the backfield, Brown in the slot left. Handed up the middle to Pickett. He gets inside the 15 to the 14. Maddox Morrison in the game. Split out to the wide left side. A couple of more players come off the field. A couple of more go in the game. Clock down to 43 seconds to go. Jonesboro wants to pound this in as John David Carter comes back on the field. He had a touchdown last week against Sheridan. Pickett in the backfield. High snap. Carter pulls it down, gives it to Pickett. He comes back left side. No gain. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. Jonesboro on top of Pine Bluff, 35-6. And that will be the end of the third quarter. This is Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
On the Front Row with Bedrow is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
Maybe your instincts tell you not to trust everything you hear in the media. We get it. It's only human to question things. So if you're still questioning whether or not you should get vaccinated, ask the people you know right here in Arkansas who you really trust, like your doctor, people you've seen with your own eyes, the real threat of COVID, and the remarkable effectiveness of America's vaccines. That's why St. Bernard's Healthcare is asking you to take a stand with us and sit for a shot. Learn more at sitforashot.org.
Third down and 9 for Jonesboro as we start the fourth quarter here. Hurricane up 35-6. Now moving from right to left as you visualize or watch it at YouTube at JHS The Warning. Maddox Morrison split to the wide side left. Latrell Brown in the slot to the right side. Bartels. Terrence Brown, the quarterback. He's going to keep it. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Jonesboro! How about that? Terrence Brown, first touchdown pass of the year. It goes to number 33, Grant Bartels, and the Hurricane up 41-6, and that should invoke the sportsmanship rule, the mercy rule, whatever you want to call it. Tennyson Roscoe out there waiting to try to poke through his sixth point after of the night. 35-point spread right now. There's an injured Pine Bluff player being walked off the field. Rhea Campbell is what I thought I heard the PA man say. Tennyson Roscoe for the point after. Cheatham gets it down. Herget gets it to Cheatham, and Roscoe gets it through. 42-6. Jonesboro with the lead on the EAB Sports Network.
You can rely on K13 Computers' 40 years of experience to help you. K13 provides you with solutions to your computing problems. Whether you need repairs or IT service for your business, let K13 be your first call. K13 also is your go-to spot for building that gaming PC. They have knowledge, experience, and the products to help you. K13 Computers, 2106 South Caraway, next to Barton's Home Improvement. Call 627-5477. That's 627-5477, or visit K13Inc.com. K13 Computers.
Tennyson Roscoe's 22nd out of 25 point-after attempts just sails through, and a Hurricane on top of Pine Bluff 42-6, and the mercy rule is now in force. The clock is running. Roscoe's this time is going to pooch it up, coming up to make the grab and fumbling it. It's loose on the deck, and going back to recover it was Pine Bluff, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. That last drive by Jonesboro was the Kavanaugh Auto Group drive of the night. A 31-yard touchdown pass from Terrence Brown to Grant Bartels. Brown's first touchdown pass of the year, Bartels' first touchdown grab of the year, and that was the Kavanaugh Auto Group drive of the night. To see the complete inventory from the comforts of your own home, go to CavanaughCars.com. Pine Bluff back on the field. We got some new defensive players for Jonesboro. Get those as we can. There's a handoff up the middle and 1 yard gain, and that's it. Number 52 made that stop for Jonesboro. Jonathan Milton, a sophomore defensive end. Let him straight up. One of the linebackers in the game for Jonesboro, number 45. Jerry Gonzalez, a junior. Pine Bluff trying to run this one. There's Barnett stretched out to the sideline, and he'll get a couple of yards before he's gang tackled there. Number 10 in on the stop, Darius Dinwiddie. Big number 93 in the game for Jonesboro. That's Marlon Adams, a sophomore. Oh, I love seeing these sophomores in the game. Jonesboro with a ton of them. 25 in the game for the Cane. Travion Green. 3rd down, and we'll call it 6 for Pine Bluff. Will Howe still in at quarterback. Clock down to 7:47 and running. Hurricane up 42-6. 3 receiver formations, twins to the left side. Gives it to the captain, who runs it up the left side, number 26, Glenn Barnes, and he's brought down short of the marker. No, he got the marker. Nope, 4th down, I'm sorry. Got 5 needed, 6, 4th and 1. The down marker is just, it's like you're running it the opposite. If it's 1st down, it means it's 4th down. If it's 4th down, it means it's 1st down. And they're going for it. Jonesboro's going to stack the line. Now the dropping back will be Howe to punt it deep for Jonesboro. Kevion Williams. Standing back at his 34. Howe gets, no, it's blocked! Blocked in the middle and down right there. Number 56 with the block punt, Jacob Vigil. Another sophomore defensive lineman listed on the roster as an offensive lineman, but they'll probably think about that twice now. Jonesboro will get it 1st and 10 at their 22-yard line. John David Carter out for the Cane. Latrell Brown's going to go to the right side along with Bartels. In tight left is Morrison. Kevion Williams, running back, has a seam, cuts it upfield and gets to the 15. Gain of 7. New players coming in for Jonesboro. Terrence Brown back in at quarterback. Just threw his first touchdown pass. He drops back in the shotgun. He has Williams to his left. All the receivers the same to the right side and left. Ball's on the right hash. Clock down to 5:36. Brown takes the snap, hands it off to Williams, looking for a little crease. Now he cuts back and gets down to the 10. That's going to be a first down for Jonesboro. 1st and goal as Terrence Brown comes back to the sideline. And John David Carter will come in. They're going to rotate the quarterbacks now. This is back at the old days of Tyson Williams and A.J. Aycock. John David Carter now in at QB. Flip the receivers this time. 2 left, 1 right. Kevion Williams, the back. He'll take the handoff. He goes left, cuts it up. Gets it inside the 5 to the 3. 2nd and goal. Excuse me, 2nd and 2 from the 4. Have to get to the 3. Here comes Brown back out. Kevion Williams, the back. Gives it to Williams. Goes left. Comes back right. Close to the down marker. At 141 pounds, Kevion Williams is quite the running back. Very elusive. Very squirmy. Only gets a 1-yard gain to the 3. Has to get to the 2. The down markers are way away from the side, so it's hard to really tell what they are. John David Carter comes back out. He'll try to engineer the first down for Jonesboro or get him in the end zone as we're down to 3:30 to go in the game. We actually may have a coach's interview after the ball game as we're not even to the top of the hour yet. Here's Carter with the shotgun, hands it to Williams again. Williams right up the middle. Still grinding. Offensive line trying to push him in. Doesn't get it in, but he got close. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Jonesboro from the 1. Give it to Kevion one more time. 1st and goal from the 1. 3 minutes to go in the game. Don't forget, tonight at 9:30, right here on the ticket, the Kavanaugh Auto Group Friday Night Lights scoreboard show with Will Oswalt. This time, John David Carter's going to keep it. No, it was a Terrence Brown in there. He was trying to feed the handoff to Kevion and then push him in the end zone. He didn't quite get it done. He handed it off and it just started pushing him in the back. 2nd and goal from the 1. John David Carter back on the field. Splits 2 receivers right, 1 to the wide left side. Ball's just about in the middle of the field. Kevion Williams still the back. He'll take the handoff again. Changes his direction and gets it in the end zone for a score, and Jonesboro extends it to 48-0. Kevion Williams, first rushing touchdown of the year. And he ran the majority of those plays for Jonesboro on that drive. Roscoe on for his 7th point after of the night. It's through, and Jonesboro on top, 49-0. This is Hurricane Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Evolve Bank & Trust is your local source for home and business loans. Evolve Bank & Trust is making banking personal again with our friendly customer service and fast turnaround times. Your hometown bank for more than 90 years. Evolve Bank & Trust's dedicated staff can help you realize the dream of owning a home or help grow your small business with confidence. For more information, visit our office at 111 East Huntington, Suite A in Jonesboro, or call 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Or check us online at getevolved.com. Evolve Bank & Trust, equal housing lender.
Well, the clock is running. There's only 50 seconds to go. I'm not even sure they're going to get the kickoff off. If so, that will probably be the last play of the game. Jonesboro on top, 49-6. Never thought I'd come down to Pine Bluff and see this. Jonesboro wins for the 4th year in a row over the Zebras, and the last time they'll play them for a while as the Hurricane move up in classification next year. Tennyson Roscoe's going to step back and boot this football, and that'll be it. Get you back here for the Real Estate Nate postgame show. And the Jonesboro Orthopedic and Sports Medicine player of the game. Kick is fielded at the 30-yard line, trying to find a way to get upfield. Won't get more than a couple. And that will be the final play of the game as the Hurricane walk into Pine Bluff and dominate the Zebras. They win it 49-0. Jonesboro now 4-2 in the overall campaign, 3-0 in conference play. The Zebras drop to 1-4 and 0-3 in conference play. Back in 3 minutes for the Real Estate Nate postgame show. You're listening to Jonesboro High School football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your medical needs are personal, and the way you manage those